Alright, what's up guys? So, being neurotypical, having attractive looks, having the financial or social status, or even that great personality, I guess, doesn't guarantee them to have a good life still, you know? Like, yeah, they have more of a high likely chance they will, and they won't struggle as much, but like, say this person with good looks and is neurotypical has an unsupportive family, isn't there to guide them for the real world, and they don't teach them life skills, and they're neglecting them emotionally, like they're not giving them enough emotional support, or maybe they're abusive, like physically, or maybe they are too insensitive or something, or whatever it is. Like, that kid, even though it has the looks and is neurotypical, could still have a bad life because of the unsupportive parents. And if those issues aren't addressed and they're just ignored and they're suppressed all the time, it can give that kid mental health problems and may have a hard time making money or something, or it may have a hard time keeping a job, may be in unemployment, it may do self-destructive behavior, like go like this, and like this, and to the point where they don't have self-control and they're doing it to escape, and they become homeless, right? They get into drugs, and it doesn't mean they're gonna have a success story and they pass away, you know? A painful death. Right? Or this person can be neurotypical, the looks and the status, but all of a sudden this person could get cancer, you know? It's hereditary in the family, and now this cancer is hindering this person's life, and it's getting worse and worse, and this person is going through pain and suffering, right? And this cancer is getting way too strong, and it's to the point where it kills the person, and that person died a painful death, right? And say that person died from a young age, like mid-20s or mid-30s, right? Even this person had like the looks, is neurotypical, and has the status, that shit can happen to someone. That can overtop all that other shit, you know? And then say someone that has the status and has the looks, right? All of a sudden, like a health scare possibly, or maybe the business went bankrupt and all of a sudden lost everything, and now this person's homeless and doesn't have that supportive family, and it's hard to bounce back, right? And the thing is, like, you could be a neurotypical in school and you could still get bullied. You could still get treated like garbage. Maybe it's because you just don't have the looks as much, right? People make fun of your looks, but you're neurotypical, you have the financial status from your parents, right? You can get made fun of and bullied, and your childhood, or like say your teenage years, can affect your adulthood, and that can make this person struggle throughout life, you know? And say if this person's gonna get made fun of at work, right? It just never ends, right? So, trying to think of anything else. Maybe this person's got the really good looks and has the status, but is neurodivergent or something. And yeah, there's people that are neurodivergent and has the looks and status, can have a good life also, depending on circumstances. But say this neurodivergency is not mild, it's kind of more further out there. And now this person is having a hard time making friends, or say having a hard time keeping a job because maybe it's a learning disability or something, or maybe has this mental illness where it affects the person's life. It makes their life challenging, and it's hard, you know? Or maybe the autism affects this person's life. Maybe the autism is to the point where it's hard to make friends, or stuff like that, you know? Like, you can have one thing that makes your life challenging and everything else can be good, and you can still have a bad life, you know? Or you have everything, like I said before, you can still have a bad life. Like, you can have the looks, you can have the status, you could be neurotypical in the personality, but you could get hit by a car and all of a sudden you're paralyzed, and now the looks are downhill. Now it's hard to function, and it's hard to be part of this life, you know, that you always wanted, I guess. Yeah. Or maybe this person has the looks and has the social status, but is very poor. It doesn't have that financial status from its parents, because maybe the parents are irresponsible. Maybe they are capable of making more money, but they choose not to, and they're spending their money on too much hedonism, and they're not focusing on taking care of the child, you know? So that struggle right there the kid is witnessing, even though the kid has the looks and is neurotypical or something, may have a hard time in adulthood, you know, because the parents didn't guide them. The parents weren't trying to make more money so the kid can get out of the poverty or something, or the kid had more things at the home, you know? So, yeah, it's say if you have everything, you can be addicted to drugs and your life can get worse. You can be abused by your co-workers, and even though you have everything, and it can make you feel worse because they're haters, they're jealous or something, right? Maybe you just get bad luck somehow, even though you have everything, right? This life isn't a guarantee, but I guess even if you have a majority of these things that society likes, like the looks, you're neurotypical, the status or something, you're most likely gonna get treated better no matter what. But there's a chance that you can have a bad life, and that's why it's always selfish to have kids, because no matter what the kid turns out to be when it's born, it can still have a bad life and may not enjoy it, you know? That's simple, right? But yeah, if the kid is born that doesn't have the looks, like it's unattractive, or it's neurodivergent, or doesn't have the status socially or financially, there's more of a chance that it's going to struggle and it's going to be challenging and may not have a success story, even though there's a possibility, right? There's more of a chance of that than having looks and being neurotypical and all that stuff, you know? It's something else. I don't think I can think of anything anymore. It's too many examples and stuff. Catch you guys later.